This is Marann, your certified life coach and owner of Marann's Housekeeping. I just want to share with you a way a narcissist will, one of the many ways a narcissist can devalue you or show you that you don't matter. Um, every morning, my narc gets up and gets ready. When he gets ready for work, he sits and plays his video games and all this stuff and does all this other stuff in the morning before he leaves. But when he gets ready to go out the door for the day for work, or to go out the door for the day to leave to go wherever he's going for the day, um, he shows his dog love, gives the dog treats, and shows sadness for the dog because the dog wants to always go with him. He shows remorse and feels bad that he can't take the dog with him, and some days he does take the dog with him. But he he shows empathy with the dog, but never turns to me once and says, "Bye, I love you, kiss my ass," nothing. He goes out the door every day and never says a word to me. Now, used to, when I would leave, I would always hug him and kiss him on his neck and say, "Bye, I'm going such and such place, I'll be back." Now, I've stopped doing that. Now, I go out the door and I don't say where I'm going, what I'm doing, or anything else. If I'm on my phone, he wants to know what I'm doing on my phone, who I'm texting, what I'm doing. If he's on his phone, I'm not allowed to ask him, "What are you doing? Who are you texting?" I'm not allowed to ask any questions. But his way of devaluing me is not saying bye to me in the mornings. And I'm used to it because I just pretend like he's not even here anyway. And it don't bother me anymore. Like, it holds no effect over me. I don't need someone to tell me bye in the mornings, and I don't need someone to conversate with in the mornings. But I figure if you're sitting there, I might as well try to speak to you some, but you don't speak to me. But when you can show your dog more love and affection, and you can't even muster up the words to say bye to me, and then you'll go 15, 20 hours throughout the day, you won't text me, you won't call me. If I do text you, you will not respond. If I do try to call you, you will not respond. In which I only call or text you in a case of emergency only. It would be the only reason why I'd call and text you. And you know that I don't call or text you unless it's in case of emergency. Yet you still won't answer my calls. You know, but you'll be anywhere and everywhere for this buddy, this boyfriend of yours. That's you show me where I stand in your life. You're trying to devaluate me and make me feel like I'm less than, but I know I'm a good enough person. I deserve a goodbye. You know, um, I shouldn't have to find out how your morning's been going through your phone call with your boyfriend because you haven't spoke to me all morning, but you just had a 30-minute conversation with him about your stomach ache and having the shit, okay, and everything you ate. You went through a whole long conversation about that with him. I didn't have a clue you was having any belly issues that morning. I had to find out how you were doing through your conversation with your boyfriend, not because you spoke to me. You know, you pick your times and what you say to me at random. And that's just a way. And one of the ways that a narcissist will devalue you, they act like you're not in the room. And they only show excitement and come to life when a certain person comes around. It lets you know that you're just a placeholder, or you're there for looks or for whatever reason that they think you suit their need or whatever. But they are not into you. They do not care about you. If a person can't take 5 minutes or 2 seconds to say, "Hey, bye, I'm leaving for work. Hey, bye, I'm leaving for the day. Hey, bye, I'll see you later." If you can't got enough respect for a person to say that, then that's pretty bad. So I've had to develop that same concept, and now I walk out the door without saying anything, and I hate that because one of us could get in an accident and die at any time, and I would like to at least know that was left with a proper goodbye. Hug me, tell me bye, something. And if something's happened to one of us, it's going to bother me that I wasn't left with a proper goodbye. I didn't get a proper goodbye. I didn't get a goodbye at all. I wasn't deserving enough or worthy enough of a goodbye. I wasn't deserving or worthy enough of the affection he showed the dog. I wasn't worthy or deserving enough in his eyes for the affection and love he showed the dog. I wasn't worthy. So that's one of the ways he tries to devalue me every morning. And this has been going on for 3 years. I've done this process every morning for 3 years. And it's like, I'm so over it by now, and it like doesn't affect me anymore. So I don't know why he keeps using the same tactic or what it's supposed to do. I'm sure it's supposed to break me down, make me think that question my worthiness and think, well, he don't love me as much as he does the dog, whatever. And I'm just not going there with it. I see it as a narcissistic personality or narcissistic personality traits, whatever you want to call it. And I just see it being just a jackass and purposely, deliberately withholding affection or validation from you, and that's just the way that they devalue you. They teach you that you don't matter, is how they want you to know. But what I want you to know is you do matter, despite how they treat you. You do matter, and it is wrong. It is wrong to be treated that way, and you don't have to take it. You can stop it at any time. You know, it takes 5 seconds to send a text on lunch break. How are you doing? Just reach out and say something through the day. It doesn't take but a few seconds. Or if you see you had a missed call and a person only calls you in a state of emergency, it only takes a few seconds to return that call and see what it's about. If you cared about that person or valued that person, you would. If it was the boyfriend, you would flip circles and turned cartwheels and done everything to get there to him or to get to his call. But my call is like, don't matter. It's the lowest on the list. Everything else has got to be done first. You show me every day that I don't matter. So every day that I'm starting to show you don't matter to me. I hope you're seeing that you're not hurting me anymore. That I understand. I get it. We don't matter to each other, but we're sharing the bills. We're just roommates sharing the bills, and I appreciate that. I appreciate having someone to help me with the bills and raise my daughter, because I need help. I mean, I need the financial help. I do. But don't think for a second that you're hurting me or that you're damaging me by not giving me telling me goodbye. Just know it's just a jackass move. It's really childish, and it's a form of devaluation, but I know my value and I know my worth, so it's not working on me. In the beginning, it did. It used to hurt my feelings. It used to bother me big time. But then when I started learning about narcissism and what all this was, it no longer held weight on me anymore. It no longer bothered me anymore. It no longer, I started, it just doesn't affect me. It's like, oh, okay, that's just him. I don't take any of it personally anymore, or any of that. I know that he is what he is, and he can't change what he is. He don't want to change what he is. He knows what he is, and that's what he's gonna be. you know, and I think he's saying that he doesn't have that control over me anymore, and he doesn't have control over my feelings and emotions. That I just going about my business without him. I don't bother telling him where I'm going anymore or what I'm doing. I don't share anything about me or my day or anything about me with him anymore. We're just basically existing and roommating, and it's who can out silence the silent, who can give the silent treatment more, who can last longer on the silent treatment. Because I dropped my phone. Sorry. It's who can out silence the other one. So I stay when he's here. I stay busy. That's when I start my housework. That's when I go do my projects, my hobbies, whatever, anything to keep from being in the same room with him. I busy myself and leave less time for conversation. I don't leave much time for us to have time for conversation, and I go on and I do me as if he doesn't exist. I don't call him. I don't tell him where I'm going, what I'm doing. I just go do what I want to do, and come back when I want to come back. I do the same thing he does. And if he asks me questions, I'm honest about what I went and done. But where if I asked him, I'd get told it's none of my damn business, so I don't even ask him. When he's on his phone doing his talking to whoever or texting whoever, I don't even bother asking who's on the phone. All the questions he asks me, I don't ask him because I already know what he's going to say to me if I ask him. So I don't even bother. And surely he's noticed that my lack of concern in him has really went down. not that concerned with what he's doing or who he's talking to anymore. I don't care, what he's doing, why he's not giving me attention, or why he's sitting there ignoring me, who he's giving attention to, or who he's spending his day with when he's staying gone away from here all day long and not speaking to me. I don't care anymore. I'm just like, be happy, dude. Go do whatever makes you happy, but you can't break me anymore. I've recovered. I'm healing. I don't no longer seek your validation and your approval, nor do I need it or want it. I can validate and approve myself. I don't need all those things in the beginning of the relationship that I thought I needed from you. After so many years of you withholding all that from me, I realized I don't need it. I never needed it. It was nice to have. It would be something nice to have, but it's not something I gotta have. But your ways of devaluing me are pretty old. I'm pretty used to them, and you need to come up with new tactics because this is getting pretty boring. If we're gonna stay in this and do this shit every day, come up with some new shit because I'm bored. I can pretty much predict whatever you're gonna do or whatever you're gonna say or what you got planned. I can pretty much predict what's really going on with you, or what you're really doing, or your motive. When you send me off on off the wall little ventures to do stuff, I get you're sending me away because you need a window of opportunity to do something else. That I don't know about you. I know the things you don't think I know, the things you think you're doing in the dark. Just know that I know. I might not speak on it or let you know that I know. I'll play dumb and act like I don't know nothing. But you need to know that I know and I see you. I see you. I see you for who you are. And that's fine. That's who you are. Um, that's cool. Be that. But that's not who I am. And I'm gonna do things that are good for me. I just did. I'm gonna do things that are good for me, and I'm gonna think of him less and me more. And I just wish he understood those deny me the goodbyes. I just wish he could grasp the fact that it doesn't hurt me. It makes me stronger. You know, um, when you deny me of things, it just makes me a stronger person. It makes me go after things a little bit harder or find a new way to get about things. And it's waking me up to what's for me, who's for me, and who isn't for me, and it's confirming what I already know. And you don't value me, and it's very clear you haven't ever valued me, and I've allowed you to treat me that way for so long, and I've accepted it for so long. Do you think it's going to continue? But what you haven't realized is I've woken up to what it is you're doing and how it's going, and I don't wish to play along anymore. I just got to find a way out to where it's your idea, so that way you don't look crazy on me, and we can exit out in peace instead of having hard feelings. That's what I would like, is for us just to be able to agree that we've reached our end, and go on and live our own lives. We really don't need each other anymore. I tried to teach you love and compassion. You tried to teach me how to harden up and toughen up and show less love and be less loving and not give so much of my heart. You taught me how to be alone. You've taught me the things I need. You made me face my biggest fears with you being right here. You taught me how to be okay. And I was hoping to teach you love, and I think the dog did help teach you love more than I taught you love. But I think you've learned enough that you can apply some skills. If you want to be loving, you could, to the person you want to be loving to. And I think that's one of your exes, not me. I think it's it's either for your boyfriend or it's for your boyfriend's sister. Either one. Something about that family you won't let go of, and they hold strong ties to you, and you're just attached to them. You jump and run for them. So I don't know who you're in it for, the boyfriend or the sister, but you're in it, and you're in that family, and you won't let them go. And it's crazy that the way you do me versus the way you do them, and it just reevaluates. I pray to God every day, show me what's for me, show me, make it plain in front of my eyes, let me see the truth and what's going on in the dark. And God does every time he does every day when y'all come around, and I have to sit in the same room with y'all. God shows me exactly what I need to see, and I just got to make the choice to say enough's enough and walk away. I mean, God puts it in my face and shows me every day. This is who he values. This is who he gives his time to. This is who he wakes up and has a conversation with, not with me. This is the one that gets the buys and gets it, everything. He gets all the good sides of him. He gets the live guy. I get the dead guy that plays Jewel on his phone and makes all these noises doing it and acts like it's the most interesting thing in the world because he can't have a 5-minute conversation with me. You know, um, that's what I watch and see. That's the person I get, and it's not fun for me. And I held on so tight to keep this relationship. I fought so hard to keep it, and now I don't even know why I fought hard to keep it for, because I don't even want it now. It's reached a point where I'm like, I fought for this, I begged for this, and none of this is what I want.